Coming up, we're talking a fourth straight sprint car win for Anthony Macri and what's ahead this weekend for the Outlaws, XR Super Series, USAC, and more. Let's go. Today is Friday, April 22nd, 2022. Welcome into Dirt Tracker Daily. I'm Justin Fiedler. It's been a good week to be Anthony Macri, and that continued last night with the first ever appearance by 410 Sprint Cars at the Bloomsburg Fair Raceway in Pennsylvania. Last weekend, Macri won Friday night in Williams Grove, went to Port Royal on Saturday, and won again. Then on Wednesday, the Concrete Kid was the benefactor of broken gears on the final lap for Brent Marks. He actually spun trying to avoid the slowing 19M, but still went on to the victory. And last night with the All-Stars at Bloomsburg, it wasn't an easy path to victory lane, but regardless of the way he did it, the result was the same. Macri won his fourth straight sprint car race, and with more Pennsylvania tracks to go this weekend, the streak could very well continue. He started on the pole of the feature, but was actually docked a row for jumping the initial start. That gave Scott Boguski a chance to lead early. He looked fast, but both Macri and Balog were able to run him down in lap traffic, and the 7 machine actually ended up out of the race after Boguski tagged the outside wall in turn 1 and turned over. I said before Attica that I thought Boguski could turn some heads this year, and that's been true so far. The top 5 in the opener, and then those laps led last night already. I think those race wins are definitely coming for the Australian graduate of the 360 ranks. Balog led through halfway, but on lap 17, Macri made his move, driving by the 17, and he led the rest of the way for the win. Balog finished second, Justin Peck was third, Tyler Courtney fourth, and Zeb Wise completed the top 5. Alex Bowman grabbed another top 10 result for the week, and the struggles continued for Christopher Bell and the Swindell Speed Lab crew. They had engine issues the other night at Bridgeport, but recovered to a top 5, but last night brake issues plagued that car, and they ended up 22nd. Looking ahead, the All-Stars are on their way to Williams Grove tonight and Port Royal on Saturday. There's also a 410 show on Sunday at Selinsgrove. It is not All-Star sanctioned, though. But I guess you'll see a lot of these guys probably go finish out the weekend over there at Selinsgrove. Through 3 nights, Courtney leads Balog, Peck, Parker Price Miller, and Zeb Wise in the championship standings. As for a win pick for tonight, the DirtTracker.com analytics prediction formula likes Lance DeWeese at the Grove. But I'm going to go with the hot hand here and go with Macri. Maybe he can really get 5 straight. That would be like some Kyle Larson type stuff out of Macri here. The All-Star shows tonight and tomorrow will be live on Flow Racing if you want to tune in. In other 410 competition, the Outlaws were supposed to be at Tri-City Speedway in Illinois tonight, but that event has been postponed because of wet weather. I think this is something like 4 straight Fridays that the Outlaws have been rained out, which completely sucks because these teams end up with a full weekend's worth of travel expenses and then are only going to race once. On the flip side, though, at least they aren't burning up Hoosier H15s right now. I'm just trying to be positive. With tonight lost, the series will now head to Tri-State Speedway in Hobstadt, Indiana tomorrow. Brad Sweet continues to lead the points over Carson Macedo and David Gravel. Those guys are tied for second. Sheldon Hudenshield and James McFadden complete the top 5. I have the last 6 Hobstadt races in the DirtTracker.com database, and Carson Macedo has won the last 2 there. Carson Short, Christopher Bell, David Gravel, and PPM have the other 4 wins. Of drivers with multiple starts over that stretch, Brad Sweet has the best average finish in the series. The Big Cat's recent finishes, along with that strong average at Hobstadt, have him atop the win chances from the prediction formula. I'm going to pick Macedo to go 3 straight, though, at the track. He's coming off that win at Peevely, and I think he'll have some momentum coming into a track he's had previous success at. I think this could be a good chance for him to gain some ground on that KKR 49 in the standings. The Outlaws will be live on Dirt Vision tomorrow night if you would like to watch. If you're a late model fan, you've got plenty of options this weekend with both the XR Super Series racing down in Florida and the World of Outlaws late models back in action at Atomic Speedway. We talked on yesterday's show about who's headed for Alltech in that XR show, and that race should draw plenty of attention this weekend. Nick Hoffman led the open practice session last night with a lap of 16.985 around the track. Tonight is a $25,000 win race, and Saturday's finale is yet another $50,000 to win show. I think I'd keep an eye on Kyle Larson here both nights in the Rumley 6. The last time we saw him at Alltech, he blew the Lucas Field away, winning by double-digit seconds back in 2021. Shouldn't have any problem going back and forth between Talladega and Lake City tomorrow either. Cup qualifying is scheduled to be done before the early afternoon. That's a murderer's row of a field there with Madden and Overton and Davenport and all these guys there, but I think Larson is probably the one to watch here. If you'd like to tune in both nights, you can do that over on XR Plus. Grab yourself a subscription and you can watch all of the action from Alltech. Up in Ohio, the Outlaw Late Models are back in action for the first time in nearly a month. They haven't raced since March 25th and 26th at Cherokee. Michael Brown and Max Blair were winners that weekend. The winners, past winners on the high banks of Atomic, excuse me, not the past winners, the winners this weekend on the high banks of Atomic will take home at $10,000 tonight and $15,000 tomorrow. With 8 races complete for 2022, Dennis Erb Jr. leads Brandon Shepard by 30 points in the standings. Blair, Tyler Bruning, Hudson O'Neal, and Tanner English complete the top 5. Hudson O'Neal and Tanner English are actually tied for 5th, which is why there was an extra name in there. If you're an Outlaw regular not named Brandon Shepard, I think it should be pretty disconcerting that he's yet to win a race this season with the series and only has 2 top 5s, but is still second in the points. You know that group won't stay down for very long, especially with how we've seen them do this season with Lucas so far. This will be the Outlaws' first trip to Atomic since 2018. Recent winners there include Tyler Erb, Devin Moran, and Josh Richards. The DirtTracker.com analytics prediction formula likes Brandon Shepard tonight, but I'm going to go Devin Moran. He's won here before and has been red hot this season. You can watch this one live on Dirt Vision as well. In Oklahoma this weekend, the USAC National Midgets are at Port City Raceway for the Brady Bacon promoted T-Town Midget Showdown. Thanks to Kokomo being rained out a few weeks ago, this is the first race weekend for the Midgets since that season opening weekend at Bubba Raceway Park back in February. Justin Grant swept those opening 2 races and is the points leader because of it. The last 4 race nights at Port City have all had different winners, with Tanner Thorson, Buddy Kofoid, Grant, and Tyler Courtney taking victories. Of those drivers that will be in attendance, Justin Grant has the best average finish. That sits at 3.75 through those 4 races. I'd say he and Kofoid are probably solid picks for the weekend. Another might be Ken and McIntosh. They ran a 6-car dash for cash last night, and McIntosh outdueled JG for the win. It'll be a tough weekend, though, as the field is expected to be north of 30 cars, and we'll see all the heavy hitters, including Logan Seavey, Tanner Thorson, T-Mez, and plenty more. Friday's show is 4,000 to win, and Saturday is 7,000 to win. You can watch that live over on Flow Racing. We talk a lot about the cancellations and the weather issues, especially this season. It seems like we say that every year, like there's so many cancellations this year, but obviously this year it feels like there are more than past years. The ASCS sprint cars, again, a victim this weekend. They were supposed to be in Missouri and Kansas, but both of those shows have been lost to weather. The series will race at Salina now on September 9th, and a new date for this US 36 show is in the works. With the weekend loss, the ASCS National Tour will be back in action on May 13th at the Black Hills Speedway in South Dakota. If you haven't watched it yet, I dropped a new Conversations episode yesterday. Chase Briscoe announced that this week, along with his busy NASCAR Cup Series schedule, he's going to run a sizable dirt racing slate this year. Something like 25 races across sprint cars, midgets, micros, and even some super late model shows. He joined me on the pod to talk about the added races, how the deal came together, why he went pavement racing instead of dirt racing in the first place, and a whole lot more. We talked about it briefly at the Open, but Briscoe used to hang around the World of Outlaws offices years ago when he first came to Charlotte, and it's crazy to see him now as a cup driver for Stuart Haas. The episode is on the YouTube channel and in your podcast feed. There are 24 shows to date on the streaming schedule, with something like 80 total for the next few days. Plenty of things to watch. That includes both World of Outlaws series on Dirt Vision, the All-Stars and USAC Midgets on Flow Racing, the XR Super Series on XR Plus, and a whole lot more. A lot of local and regional stuff as well. To see the full daily streaming schedule through the weekend with links to watch, visit dirttracker.com/watch tonight. That's it for the show today. Enjoy the dirt racing weekend. If you have thoughts about the topics on today's show, please leave them in the comments below or tweet at me. Thanks everybody for tuning in. We'll be back on Monday for more Dirt Tracker Daily.